Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Victoriana Nizi. In case you're new here and in case you're returning, thank you very much. Today is a Sunday, so it means trending with Victoriana Nizi. I get to tell you the 5 topics that made up my week, or that caught my mind, or that are on my mind. Yes, and the first topic of today is locusts. Yes, locusts have been in different parts of Africa. They were in Ethiopia, they were in Somalia, they were in Kenya, and now they did land in Uganda on Sunday, last Sunday. Yes, and as I was editing last week's stories, trending stories, I was as well watching TV. The Prime Minister of Uganda called for an emergency meeting when they landed. They landed in Uganda through the northern part of Uganda, that is the Karamoja region, and they landed in that district first before they landed. They spread to other areas. They've not really spread to other regions of Uganda. They are more into that area, but when they called for that private meeting, it was about discussing how they are going to curb them, and they came to conclusions that UPDF is helping out with them and is spraying them. And as they were spraying those ones, more locusts came in along the week. Yes, they did come in. A swarm of them came in, because remember, as people spray from Kenya, as people spray from Somalia, they go on moving. So they move to this part of, they move now to Uganda. I don't know where they are going to next, but I just pray that they only stop in Uganda, because it is not good and it's not great news that we are having locusts in this area. Remember, when they see anything green, they don't leave the area green like they found it. They eat anything green. I remember back then when they were talking about them, they were like stories, and they were like, maybe that will never be there. But guess what? They're not just stories. They are here, and the UPDF, like I said, is helping out with the spraying. Though some drama happened, the journalists went there and they're like, they've started chasing locusts because where they predicted them to be, they are not there, so they started looking for them. But yes, when when more of them landed, they weren't actually looking for them. They were there actually, and they are spraying them. And the other thing with them is that they are eatables. Even the Bible talks about it. You can eat them. But now these ones that came, I don't think I would advise anyone to eat them, for one reason: they already sprayed, they are poisonous. And then someone also went ahead and said they cause constipation, and people actually went ahead and said that the ones that came to Uganda are yellow in color, so they were trying to to align the yellow with the yellow of a certain party that I'm not going to go to. But people, let's stop joking around with these things. If whether they are yellow or they are green, that does not matter. What matters is they are here, and they need to be fought, and they need to be spread, and they need to stop in this part of the world and not to continue to any other part. So to the UPDF, once again, thank you for the great job that you're doing. And yes, the locusts are there. It's not like they were saying they're not there. They are really there. And we pray that they are sprayed and they die, so that they don't get to other parts of Uganda. And then the other thing is, the region where they went to, which is the northern region, doesn't really have a lot of green. Like other parts of Uganda, it doesn't have a lot of green. But I saw a story on BBC where someone saying some people there are farmers. One of the things you should know about the northern part of Uganda is that they are nomadic pastoralists. They move from place to place to feed their cows. Yes, so since they are nomadic pastoralists and they move from place to place, so I just imagine that little green that they have that is being affected by these locusts, and we're like, oh, locusts should leave Uganda. Let us continue praying for the team that is there. Let them be able to fight them, and let us see them out of Uganda. The Bank of Uganda governor came out to say that locusts, the invasion of locusts in Uganda, or the coming of locusts, is going to affect us economically. Because if they continue to other parts and they do eat every green they find, definitely that leads to famine, and that affects us economically. So we want the locusts to stop where they are and let them die from there. but they are really there. I don't think it was a joke like some people are making it, or like the journalists went there and they did not find them. They found a few, not like many, or they were looking. Yes, the UPDF did look for some after they did not find them in areas where they are told, but the locusts are really there. They are there. This leads me to the next story. Along this week, Valentines, oh my girl, Valentines came along. Valentines is a time to, you know, show people to show themselves love, people to show that their loved ones that they love them. It's not just about person, your husband or your wife. It's about friends, like your friends, the people in your circles, the people that you love, your family. You show them love, but it has been all down to Valentine is for only people who are dating, people who are married. That's how people look at it. But hey, people, it's more than just that. It is also about you, yourself, you, the person you look at in the mirror. Do you love yourself before you go out to spread love? One thing you should know about love is that you cannot give what you don't have. You have to give what you have, because what you don't have you can't give. If you don't have love, you cannot give it out. So for people who did not feel like they are loved on Valentine, for people who did not get gifts on Valentine, please don't feel like, oh, I'm not loved or what. Do you love yourself? Because it starts from you. Are you loving yourself? Or are you waiting for people to love you? Are you waiting for the right people? You're the right person. So first be the right person, work on the right person that you are, and then the other one is just an addition of like someone coming to love you and all those other things. Like, let it be an addition, but start loving the person that you are. And then I got this beautiful message. As I was going through my timeline on Instagram, someone shared a beautiful message which I loved, and which I actually shared on my Instagram stories and said, this is the message that I want all of us to take in this Valentine. And here it is. It says, as you celebrate love, as you celebrate love, to find the love you seek, start with the one in the mirror. The one in the mirror is you. Like, when you look in the mirror, you first see you. Right now, I'm looking in the mirror of the phone, like I'm recording a video, so I'm seeing me, as in I'm seeing Victoria. So the one to first love is you. Are you loving yourself enough? Love unconditionally, appreciate unapologetically, inspire truthfully, motivate fiercely, grow strongly, live freely. What does this message mean? It means start from you. Love the person that you are, and that is how you'll be able to spread it to other people. Love fearlessly, love unconditionally. We always attach conditions to love. Okay, if this person did not bring me flowers on Valentine's Day, I'm not moving out with them. I'm not. But have you loved yourself beyond that? Have you loved yourself beyond putting conditions of, okay, even if they didn't bring flowers, there's more to look out for. They've been loving me, even if they did not get me that chocolate, or they did not get me to take me to this out for a massage, or whatever you expected, they did do it for you. Are you loving them because of that? So that is my message for Valentine's. This was from a lady called Adwoa. She's a Ghanaian, yes. So I love that message and I shared it. And in case you don't follow me on Instagram, please do, because I put a lot of conversations there. So that is my Valentine message, and I still urge you to love yourself more. Love yourself, because it starts from you, and it will always start from you. You can't give what you don't have. Give what you have. So you give love because you love yourself. Okay? So that leads me to the next topic, which is Safer Internet Day. Do you know that there's Safer Internet Day, people? Do you know that internet is always commemorated? And this day began in 2004. So it has been going on, and it always happens on the 11th of February each year. Yes. People thought about this day because of so many things that happen on internet. Internet includes mobile phones that we use. It includes all the technology that we use. But why was this day thought about, and what was their main aim? Their main aim was, yes, we learn from the internet, we get to know a lot from the internet, we get to be inspired to create and all those other things. But much as we do all this, the internet is in one way or the other not safe, most especially for the young adults and the young children. Yes, and the children. So it not being safer, they thought of ways of how to cap all this. And one of the ways they thought about is by commemorating this day, by having talks about this day, and by coming up with this particular day to, to sensitize people about it, to talk to the young generation, to talk to the stakeholders. The stakeholders are me, are you, are parents, are people who use, are lawmakers, are our governments that have authority over the internet, that can help control internet and make it a safer place. So just like on YouTube, yes, there's a law that came up that if you're doing child content, you have to put to indicate that. So when you're uploading your video, you inform them that, you know what, this is child content or this is not child content. Which most of the people don't do, but YouTube chooses it, like it can tell that this is child content or this is not child content. And that was introduced last year. Yes, as it was coming to an end, they came up with that policy. And why did they come up with it? One of the reasons they came up with is this safer internet for children. We want internet, much as it's creative, much as we can create, much as we can put there so many things, let it be a safer space for our children. Let it be a safer space for young children. That is why you see that sometimes you upload things on Facebook, and if it is not good, they say you have a right to report. Whether it's on Instagram or in Facebook or on Twitter, you have a right to report it so that it is removed from that space. So this day was put there to find ways of how they can protect children and young adults from the unsafe internet. And how do they do that? They have talks in different places. They call people to give their views in different places, in different countries. And then they divide means of how the internet can be a safe place for our children, most especially. There's a lot of hate on internet. There's a lot of unsafety on internet for children. There's a lot of things that happen. I look at sometimes challenges and children getting involved in these internet challenges or Facebook challenges that people coming up with challenges that have led to the death of children, and why is that happening? Because of it's not being safer. So they are dividing means. Every time they meet on this day, they are dividing means of to see how internet can be safer for our children and for young adults out there. So in case you didn't know about it, you can go and read about Safer Internet Day. And then their theme for this year was Together for a Better Internet. We need internet that is better, internet that is good for the children, internet where our children will sit down and watch these things and watch things on the net and they are not spoiled. So we should all be part of this. What are you doing as a parent? What are you doing as a stakeholder in this whole thing? Are you encouraging children to go on and watch what they are not supposed to watch? Are you, what are you contributing to this? Find out what you're contributing to safer internet and do it. Please continue it, because our children need to be protected from this space. Our next story, which is story number 4, is coming in on a sad note of the passing away of one of the girls who acted in Queen of Katwe. Queen of Katwe was a Disney film where Lupita Nyong'o was the lead actress. The girl the girl who passed on acted as Gloria, but her real names are Pearl Waligwa Nickita. That's so sad. I pray that God comforts the family. So it said that she had a brain tumor, which she got, which they first detected in 2016. She was operated and it reoccurred last year. The pain was too much for her, but from what I was reading, people said she was happy even through it. She asked, they did a drive for her, but it wasn't possible for her to get healed. She has not been able to heal. And I'm praying for the family. I pray that God comforts them. It's not easy for the family members. I pray that God comforts them, because He alone can comfort like no any other human being can. And on the same story, on the same note, one of the former presidential candidates, General Biral, also passed away of he succumbed to colon cancer, still in our own country. And it's got me thinking that it got me thinking about what someone's saying about health. One of the mourners at General Biral's funeral talked about the health, our health system in Uganda. Should we attribute it to that, or shouldn't we attribute it to that? We just pray that God comforts their families, and that our systems, we get medicine that can completely cure this disease, that can completely cure cancer, which I actually even talked about last week, because last week there was a 4th February is always a day when cancer is remembered, a day that was put there for remembering cancer survivors, people who have passed on because of cancer, people who are still battling with cancer. It is very, very sad that 2 people have passed on because of cancer, and all I can say is that we should pray that they get what can cure it. It's not easy, the chemotherapy and the so many things that happen along the way as they are treating it are not easy. And in case you don't know, I said I did a video about it, about a lady who survived it. Yes, you can go on my channel and check it out. And it is very sad. It is very sad that is the way we've ended the week, losing 2 people to cancer. And we need a cure. We need solutions to this killer disease. So the last but not least is today is Jana Nrumu Day. Jana Nrumu Day is celebrated in remembrance of the late Archbishop Jana Nrumu, who was killed by the late President Idi Amin Dada for opposing him. Yes, while the late President Idi Amin Dada was still president, he would get anyone who talked ill about him, and what he would do is just kill him. So the late Archbishop Jana Nrumu disagreed with him, and when he did so, he decided that he should kill him. So this day, 16th February is always celebrated in remembrance of such people who took a step to say no to the harsh rule, to say no to whatever was happening during his rule, to oppose and to talk for the people who are going through hard times during that regime. And on that note, my previous video before this one, when I went to for Kampala sightseeing, I visited Buganda Kingdom, and in Buganda Kingdom there is a place where the late Idi Amin Dada had a torture chamber where he would take to people who opposed him and torture them from there. You can go and watch it and watch where that place is, and you can as well go and visit it and see how cruel it was, how he used to put water, how he used it was sad. It is a sad moment, and it's not one day that you would want to remember, but you also want to remember that there are those people who stood for us. There are those people who say, no, what you're doing is wrong. Yes, but they lost their lives for you and me. We are because someone else is. Those are my 5 topics of this week. See you next week, same time, same channel. Remember to subscribe. Thank you very much.